Hello and welcome to another episode. Today I'm driving from Burntwood near Lichfield to the Glass House, which is previously called the Sage, up near Newcastle, which is Gateshead. There's a brand new Ionity charger opened in the Metro Centre, so that's what I'm navigating to. I've got the split screen turned on and I've got my T-box. So I've got navigation running on both the car, and so I get it on the head-up display, and I've got my Carscanner running. So destination charging is a new addition from the new header unit update, and that tells you live what's happening with the charge usage. So 4 out of 6 are currently in use, so I can see that live as I get closer. Right, I'm 98% state of charge and 286 miles range. It was 290 something when it was 100%, but I've had to use a little bit before I leave. Okay, we're just at 101.2 miles in distance travelled, and we've got 1 hour and 30 and 90 miles left till we get to Newcastle. We've managed 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour, and we've got 174 miles left, and state of charge is 65 or 65.5. You can tell this is the winter range. The destination view on the new charge screen is working really well. I can see there's 6 of 6 Ionities at Gateshead available, so there's plenty there for me when I get there. Okay, I have the climate on. Heated steering wheel's just gone off. 165 range, and if I turn the climate back off, it'll jump back up to 176. Efficiency 3.8 miles per kilowatt hour, so not bad considering it's only 9 degrees. Definite winter range this, so I don't know, see how much I come back with tomorrow when I come back. You can see the head-up display and the blind spot indicators, and they come up in the mirrors at the same time if you've not seen this before. You've got the lock indicators to the car in front, so that goes off if you've not got a lock on, and it means the cruise control and HDA is not really working. Green steering wheel means auto steers on, and HDA nav means it's driving with the navigation to turn you around the bends on the motorway. And there's the mirror blind spot, you can just see that there, and on the other side. Then you've got the 3D view of all the vehicles in the binnacle, and you can switch around to. And then lane change assist. In case you've not seen it. Right, we're 29 miles from Newcastle, or Gateshead, where the Ionity is, and the battery heater has just come on. And 38 minutes left, so I don't know if that's too early, but we'll see. I mean, battery min is 10 degrees, and we've managed 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour. I've had the climate control on and off, and the steering wheel and the seat, so I'm varying it. But touch wood, it's going well. And notice that the coolant temperature's going up. I think the coolant is actually heating the battery. It's been heated, that's how it does it. And battery max has gone up to 15, and the minimum is still 11, so it's quite slow to heat. New energy consumption screen and graph. You can see the bars it's mostly purple, this drivetrain, and 3% is climate, 3% is the electrics, and 1% is battery care. Okay, we're almost at Gateshead. Battery conditioning is just finished, and the minimum battery temperature is 21, the maximum is 28, the coolant is 39. And based on past experience, it should last until I get to Ionity. It tends to hold the pack tends to hold the heat because of the fluid around it. So we'll see how we go. Okay, we've arrived at Ionity Gateshead at the Metro Centre, and we've done 190.2 miles and average 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour, and it's taken 4 hours and 3 minutes. We've been doing mostly 60 and 70 miles an hour for most of the way. We've got 31% battery left, and the BMS state of charge is 33.5, so that's your buffer 31, between 33.5 and 31. Battery's preheated, minimum 21, so it's all ready to go. I'm going to use my Electroverse card to start the charge. And I'm having to go in forwards to get the charger on right. Is that going to reach? We're on Ionity after a few false starts. The card worked in the end. Don't know what that's about. Anyway, we're charging at 195 kilowatts, and that ain't bad. It should get faster than that. Right, I'm 57 miles into my return journey. My efficiency is 3.2 miles to a kilowatt hour, and I've got 2 hours and 37 and 136 miles left. The other week when I went to Heathrow, the sun was low in the sky, and I noticed the Autosteer stopped. You can see in the head-up display it's gone greyed out. Now, this has just happened again. So I did clean my cameras the other day, and if you look in the 3D camera, you can see, although it's slightly smeared, it's pretty clear. And on the way back from Heathrow, it just came back on, or on the way to Heathrow, I can't remember, randomly. So I don't know why it's turning off, unless it's not liking the quality of the white lines. I mean, the above camera can see the white lines, and the rear camera can see the white lines, so I'm not sure whether they're too short for it, too smudgy, I just don't know. Anyway, that's just an observation. I've just noticed that the HDA Autosteer has just come back on, and it's coincided with thicker white lines, so you can probably see that on the screen. It's coming and going, it keeps on flipping it on and off at the moment. It's weird. efficiency is still 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour, but it's quite cold. It's been 4 degrees and 6 degrees and some freezing fog on the way. And it's back on again now. I think it's the amount of shine on the road that makes it go off. So as you go round at different angles to the sun, the road surface gets shinier when it's slightly damp. So I think that's what it is. So, I mean, from above they look clear to me, but there must be a certain angle where the camera is just getting blinded. So it's gone off again now because the sun's come out. So maybe it's the time of year. I've never driven this far in winter normally. I'm sure others have seen this, not just me. Now this is one annoyance where there used to be roadworks here for ages. They've cleared and it's using the onboard map data, and now it's going crazy thinking I'm speeding when I'm not, and it's national speed limit down here, it's 70, so it's bonkers. As you can hear, the warning is going absolute back crap. And all of the cameras have been taken down, so this is a real annoyance. Okay, we're back. We're down to 19% state of charge and 47 miles range left, so a lot more less efficient coming back. We only managed 3.4 miles to the kilowatt hour, and we've driven for 4 hours and 10 minutes, 201.5 miles. The gasometer for next recharge is saying I'll get 275, so that's dropped 20 miles of range. Because I've never really driven long distance in winter, this is the first time I've seen the range this bad. I've got a return trip to Heathrow next week, and it's probably going to drop again. But it's I suppose it's nice to see the reality of cold weather on this car. I'm just going to plug my ODB in to see what the real state of charge is. Okay, the actual state of charge on the screen is 19.5, but the BMS actual state of charge is 22.5, so that's the difference in the buffering to protect you. Conclusion. When the temperature falls below 10 degrees Celsius, it has a big impact on range. My observations. I did 3.7 miles per kilowatt hour going and had 31% state of charge remaining. On the return leg, I had to have the climate on minimum auto because at one point I could see steam off my own breath and it was cold. It's so cold in the car, even with the heated seats and steering wheel on. I had to put it on to keep the windows clear, so even though I wasn't cold, the car was. And coming back home, I managed 3.4 miles per kilowatt hour and I ended up with 90% state of charge. But at the start of the journey, it was between 4 and 6 degrees, and I went through lots of freezing fog, and obviously the topography going could be different from coming, so that could also have an impact. On the Ionity charger, I found that the charging cable was too short, but what I hadn't realised was you can pull it down, and I did that on the other side, but it's still a bit of a big pull, and you've got to really pull to get it into your car's charging port. So that's why I moved the car around. And even when it was in, there's so much tension on that cable, it was yanking the charge port up, so it didn't quite take. So it took a few goes for me to actually get it to actually communicate with the charger, and for my card to actually start the charger off. I seem to have that problem all the time. It just takes a minute or so every single time, and you wave your card over the contactless sensor and it doesn't do anything. So these Ionity chargers, even though they're brand new, they're not consistent with the previous ones, and they don't work as easy as they should do. I just wish there was consistency with all chargers and they were all the bloody same. It would be nice, wouldn't it? During the charging, when we peaked at 195 kilowatts, and once we reached 80% as usual, it dived off a cliff and then was stuck at 5 kilowatts for ages before it went back up to 138 kilowatts to finish off the charge. I think probably this is because the battery's become too warm and it has to cool down before the charge can speed back up. On the journey back, highway drive assist, auto steer, it seems to switch off on the motorway when the sun is bright and low in the sky in early mornings and when there's too much shine on the road. This may be another winter problem as well as a drop in range. Anyway, I hope you find my little adventure useful and informative. Thank you for watching.